Yes, so yes, so my people, we all remember Don Pedro incident when it happened on the 28th of December, when youth discipline am, say he insult the palace of Benin, the Benin monarchy, the Oba of Benin. And well, I get something to talk. Before then, watch this video first. When you
28th of
see, watch
December
this video.
2025 in Benin City, are clearly criminal. His right to life was threatened by the criminal gang that descended on him while he was playing football in the heart of Benin City. He was abducted, stripped naked, and beaten to a pulp by the well-armed gang. As a matter of fact, in order to disperse the crowd that gathered on the football field, these criminals shot into the air. So again, they were armed. We're going to find out whether they have licenses to bear arms. But clearly, there was an attempt on the life of Dr. Pedro Obaseki. As if those terrorist acts were not enough, he was stripped naked and paraded. Again, his right to dignity was violated. His right to personal liberty was breached in the sense that for several hours he was captured, paraded, and led to the palace of the Oba of Benin, who ordered that Dr. Obaseki be taken to the police station. You will have expected that the assailants would be arrested, made to make a statement by the police, and confronted with the allegations of criminality they had perpetrated during the day. To Dr. Obaseki's utter chagrin, he was detained in the police station for about 5 hours and only allowed to go home after making a statement, after being forced to make a statement. In other words, he became the suspect while the criminals who had wanted to kill him were making guests of him in the police station. Up till now, none of the criminal elements have been arrested and brought to book as expected under the laws of this country. So, it's not just about Dr. Obaseki. The whole idea is to use this particular case to make a point that we operate in a civilized society whereby the rights of citizens guaranteed by the Constitution will have to be respected. The guys who subjected him to such horrendous brutalization will have to face the full weight of the law will have to descend on them. Right. And that is the only way to make a point, that this country does not encourage brigandage.
Absolutely. People, you don't watch this video, Abi. Now let me explain it better to you. I believe say when Don Pedro Obaseki, when the youth hold am, they begin discipline am, parade am to palace. Getting to the palace was very matured. And at first, the palace rejected it by saying to the youth, at first they said, today is the day of Oba Thanksgiving because Oba just finished Igwe festival. That was I'm saying the chief said, and I'm quoting what they said. Now, the chief said, today is a happy day for the Oba and we do not need trouble. Please, the palace did not need trouble. If there is any, then I said, no, this man is an enemy to the Oba. Then the palace chief replied and said, if there is anyone who declared himself an enemy of the Oba and the palace, let him go and see how far he can go. Leave him alone. Let him go. But the youth replied and said, no, they will not let him go, that they are going to deal with him, that they are not going to release him. Upon seeing this, the palace chief decided to claim Don Pedro from them by saying, now that you are brought into us, we will accept him from you. Leave him, release him to us. Release him to us, then you people can go. And they released Don Pedro to the palace. The palace in their maturity handed over Don Pedro to the police for protection. Instead of Don Pedro to come back and thank the palace, he and his family, he and his household as a whole, supposed to thank the palace. Now he heads to court and sue the Oba of Benin. You see, Falana, as a son, you should know better. And everyone should know better. Falana is a barrister. He's doing his job and he's working for his money. Don Pedro, I think say una get sense for that Obaseki family. Now I know say no sense no dey that family at all from the beginning to the end. Don Pedro, you only said something. You said you refused to say Oba Atokpe. By that alone, you insulted the Benin, you insulted the Oba and the entire Benin kingdom by changing the frame from Oba Atokpe to Edo Atokpe. And they discipline you, put for that heart. And that day, people will lead you, put for this trouble. Now, Obaseki, Godwin, your brother, they laugh that day. Ian, Obaze. Now, they lead you, put for this trouble. But remember, who push person for trouble? You know, they follow person, enter the trouble. Now, you don't sue Oba to court now. Hope you're ready to dance to the drum. Because first and foremost, Falana, when you go call, you will still pay and join. And at the end of the day, when you go, they suffer the consequences of these things where you know they do so. Falana go they enjoy the money where you pay him as a lawyer, you know, consigner. Now, as for Obaseki family, where we say they don't already relegate for Benin, when you don't date the bottom, I don't drag una name to the mud for Edo State. Instead of una to find way to resettle, to reclaim una name for Edo State, una dey drag una name down to the mud more and more. And after this court case, Don Pedro Obaseki and the Obaseki family, I will see how relevant you people go be for Benin. Because there is not, after this case, you people will be irrelevant in the society, in Edo society. You will be irrelevant. And if una not take time anywhere they for see Obaseki family, they go they beat una. Now it's also beat they beat una waka for street. Olo una family now they follow Oba drag artifact. Olo una family now divert Edo State money for Edison Hotel. Olo una family now divert Edo State museum to Moa. Defraud Benin, defraud the European where donate the money. Ole una family. Ole una family na still dey carry Oba dey go court. Ole una family na go dey gang up against Oba for the entire Europe. But I have a question for all these Benin people when they feel say them wise, mostly the Benins and many parts of Ishans. I ask una na only Benin be the state when he get king. All those Bayelsa, Delta State, all those Yoruba, all those Oni of Ife, all those other people, shebi dem no be king. When he talk of responsibility, shebi all those other king say all those other king dem dey responsible pass Oba of Benin abi? Una don ever see any other king, any other people, tribe for this country dey use their king take dey play, dey insult their king? But na for only una wey be Benin people wey no know una sef. Now una dey always dey disgrace una sef wherever una go, and una no know say na curse una dey bring upon una lineage. Una lineage na curse, generational curse wey una no go ever fit break. If una know the type of power wey Oba of Benin sit down, no king for the entire Nigeria, no king for the entire Nigeria dey check am. That throne wey una take dey play so, because forget all the exaggeration and the propaganda wey dem dey do here and there. They deep down they know who is who, and they know who is the owner of the land. If the British has not come, if British no come intervene, by now the entire Nigeria, even part of most, even beyond Nigeria, would have been under the control of Oba of Benin. The entire Nigeria today, the entire Nigeria land today, the geographic location of Nigeria today belongs, is a land belong to the Oba before the British come and take it away from him. But you people don't know, you don't study your history. Una just come out, una just dey rant, una just dey do different things. If una don do now for daytime, una wait for the spiritual things wey go follow for night. You understand? Small we go see how una we dey look una now. You understand? We dey look una, we go see how far una go